All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Out.
Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Switch.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On first down, it's Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Here's the third-round pick from Memphis. It's Darrell Henderson. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, and this is caught inside the 5. 33 yards that time.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Todd Gurley, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down now, it's Freeman, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And Falcons fans everywhere excited that Devontae Freeman is back on the field wearing number 24 in the red and black. Remember, he went down in week 2 in 2018 with an injury and didn't return. They're hoping to see the form that led him to 1,000-yard seasons in 2015 and 2016.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's the 2nd year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And the judge does a nice job there of navigating and picking up some yardage. Remember, no Tevin Coleman in the backfield, so he's moved up in the pecking order, getting a lot of playing time for these Atlanta Falcons.
To throw is Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Mohamed Sanu is a guy that is often overlooked because he just quietly goes about his business. But how about last season? Had a career-high 838 yards on 66 catches.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A 1st down carry for Smith, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this 1st quarter of play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Gun. What you got, Heavy? 58. Give me something. Here we go. Go! The money. 58, the money. Watch the run.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Ready. 54. Mike, 54. Watch the run.
Smith trying to run for it. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Another try for Smith, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 47-yard line. 180. Get that quarterback, D-Ron. Get that quarterback, D-Ron.
From the gun, here's Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the Falcons grab it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football. Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Throw complete right side to Cooks. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Gurley again here on 1st down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 21-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now Ito Smith. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. The kick by Tavecchio is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room.
And he loses the football a second time. We have hit halftime. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Second half begins with a run by Smith. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll run it again with Smith. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go. Mike left. 20. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
That's good for 28 yards.
We go tonight. 180. Check.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
On 2nd and 11 now. Goff 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But
and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. They'll try and run for it with Smith. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now it's Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Play action. It's Ryan. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try.
Now a hit and a loose football. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, it can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets them up 1st and goal. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
On 2nd down, it's Green, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal. This L.A. Rams defense will try to bow up once more. Now here's Olison. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Tavecchio puts this one through, and the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still
To throw is gone. Right side complete. That's Woods. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Well, I'm sure he likes this performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 50 yards. And the Rams add on to their lead. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Let's go. Do it.
Matt Ryan trying to lead the Falcons from behind. Last year in 16 starts, just one fourth-quarter comeback for the QB. Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. They get 20 yards there on 3rd and 19 and an unlikely first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, but it's going to be second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
21!
3rd and 2, now Ryan. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
Big stop, let's go! Hey, watch it, watch it!
They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Out time, guys, out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tackle made by the 2nd-round pick, Isaiah Oliver. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go, let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. Back 25. Who that? Check 3, check 3.
Throwing now is Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. Huge first down, got to hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
And finding the tight end Hooper. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and forever. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Falcons on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get them in the end zone. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. One last shot for Ryan. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Los Angeles, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.